Once upon a time, near the Kayan River, lived a man named Nusa. He lived with his wife and his brother-in-law. To meet their needs of life, they grow crops. One day, a drought hit their village. Drought occurs everywhere. The Kayan River gradually receded. Plains died due to lack of water. Then Nusa and his wife and his family left the village to seek a better life. By using a boat, they crossed the Ruhan River. Suddenly, on the way, there was a large tree that fell, so it fell across the middle of the river. The Nusa boat is hampered and the journey cannot continue. Let's cut this tree, brother. They both tried to split the trunk of the big tree. However, after so long they tried, still not successful. Meanwhile, it was getting late. They had not eaten yet. I'm going to look for something into the woods for us to eat. You continue this work. He entered into the forest. After a while, Nusa returned to their boat with a giant egg. Look what I brought. These eggs are enough to fill our hungry tummies. Quickly boil this egg. Nusa's wife and brother-in-law looked at the egg with a worried face. Honey, it's better not to eat the egg. Don't you know what eggs are? I don't care what egg this is. If you don't want to eat it, let me finish it. Then Nusa boiled the egg and ate it all up. In the morning, when he woke up from sleep, Nusa felt his body itch incredibly. Red spots appeared. He panicked and asked his wife to help scratch his body. However, the itching just got worse. Not only that, the red spots then turned into scales the size of coins all over his body. And his brother-in-law went to seek help. I'm sorry, honey. Apparently, the egg that I ate last night was a dragon egg. This is how it will be. After a while, my body will resemble a dragon. Nusa's brother-in-law came with a group of residents. They were surprised to see Nusa's condition. His body was covered with scales from the chest to toe. His body was getting bigger and bigger. The scorching heat stung Nusa's body, which was lying on the river bank. The hot sun burns my body. I beg you to roll me into the river. Helping each other, the residents pushed Nusa's bodies into the river. Nusa looked up at the sky and then spoke to his wife. My dear, there will soon be a big storm. It's better for you, your brother, and the residents to leave this place immediately. Leave me here. This is my destiny. We must separate. Forgive me, my dear. Nusa's wife burst into tears, but she couldn't do anything. She also went to save herself with her brother and the resident. Sure enough, by the evening, heavy rains hit the area. Lightning rumbled and the Ruhan River overflowed. Nusa's body was washed away by the flood into the Kahayan River. Arriving at the mouth of the Kahayan River, Nusa remained silent. There are a lot of small fish there for him to eat. However, his presence worries the fish around him. Their lives are threatened. Then they deliberate to find a way to make the great dragon not to stay there long. How are we going to get him out of here, guys? Sighed the fish jealous. I have an idea. You guys calm down. Wait for me to give you a signal for you to help me, said the salwang fish. In the evening, Nusa's dragon saw a salwang fish sitting pensively not far from him. Hey little fish, why do you look so sad? Mr. Dragon, Yesterday, I met a dragon the same size as you. He knows you live here. He asked me to confide to you that he is challenging you to a fight. What? He dares to challenge me? Okay, tell him tomorrow I will wait here. The next day, Dragon Nusa was waiting for his opponent. He spaced until he was exhausted, but no fish came. In fact, the sullen fish did not appear. Nusa was tired and fell asleep. Seeing the Nusa dragon asleep, the sullen fish, which had been hiding since earlier, walked up to the dragon's tail. Lord Dragon, your enemy is coming! The Nusa dragon was shocked and turned his head toward his tail. His movement made a very loud hissing sound. Nusa thought the sound was the sound of his enemy. He quickly bit his tail because he thought it was his enemy coming. Nusa dragon howled in pain. Sullen fish immediately killed his friend, and together gnawed at the wound on the tail of the Nusa dragon. Nusa was in more and more pain and was moving as hard as he could to avoid being bitten. Eventually, he ran out of energy and then died. Day by day, the dead dragon skeleton was burned and overgrown with trees. Gradually, the tree-covered dragon skeleton grew withered to form an island. This island is called Nusa Island. The location of this island on the Kahayan River. The moral message we can take from the story is we should always be careful for something that we don't know where it is from.